Well, if it isn't a podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new year and a brand new perspective on your favorite show,
Yes.
The Island Shuffle.
The Island Shuffle. Here in 2019, we like to think outside the box for once.
We like to think outside the island.
We've been doing a lot of thinking in the island. It's time to take ourselves outside of the island a little bit, I think. Now, what do you think that means?
I have no idea, but I think maybe a good way to accomplish that would be to discuss what occurs on the island of the show Lost.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I guess just only have our thoughts wander around the interior of whatever Hawaiian island they film on.
Yeah.
Hawaiian Islands.
In this one, I think it's only one of island.
One of island.
But they might film upon multiple.
Who knows where they film?
There's no way to know. There's just no way to know. We'll never.
They could accomplish some amount of filming in a studio in Irvine, California.
They likely did.
It's ridiculous.
Shout out to Irvine, I guess.
Yes. Massive shout out.
Honestly, Irvine is my favorite social media platform that left too soon.
Irvine. Oh, Irvine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. We just watched some Vines, and can I say, rest in peace, Vincent van Gogh. Because that shit was art.
Yeah, there was some funny stuff. Yeah, I don't have much else to say other than Vines are funny sometimes.
Vines are good. I liked them.
You seen any TikToks lately?
Any TikToks? What are those?
TikTok is what people seem to be calling the new Vine.
Really?
It's not short videos, but it's a lot of the same style of humor, I guess.
What is the...
I don't really understand.
It's not short videos, so what is it?
I don't really understand.
It seems like the style of humor of Vine was short videos.
You would think so.
Jokes?
I guess it's just jokes. I guess that's all it is jokes. I don't know.
Okay, TikTok.
Yeah.
All right. Also, the name TikTok seems to imply that it would be short.
You would think, right?
Because like time is ticking.
A lot of them are short, but some of them aren't. I don't understand. I think it
are
was
you just describing like cats right now?
Yeah, I think I'm confusing TikTok with cats. I think
a lot of them are short, but some of them are giant.
Yeah, and on this new social media platform, everybody has four paws, 4 legs and 4 paws,
4 paws,
and whiskers and claws,
whiskies.
It's cool.
Tails? Do they have tails?
You better believe they have tails.
Wow. You know the cats that I saw once that did not have tails?
No, what?
The Moncton Wildcats.
Oh, baby. Yes, this is our first time recording since we've been home for the holidays. I was going to say, how are the Moncton Wildcats, but I don't think you went to Moncton.
No idea.
You had nothing to do with Moncton.
Actually, I flew out of there, so I was in Moncton.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to go to Moncton.
Drove by the Moncton Wildcats Stadium. But
Nice.
Aside from that, no, I went back home. I hung out with my Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And I drank hot cocoa by the fire with my family.
Yeah.
It was very sweet.
I did a lot of explaining my Nintendo Switch to my family. And
do they get it now?
They get it. They understand that it's the video game now. I played
It is the new video game.
I played a lot of Mario Kart with my family, and also went to a St. John Sea Dogs game and a St. John Riptide game. That's right.
They
both lost. But you know what? At least I got to set foot in the same place Bob Dylan once played.
Really?
Yes.
What is it called again?
Harbor Station.
Harbor Station.
The crown jewel of Uptown St. John.
Bob Dylan played there.
He sure did.
Wow.
My parents...
And isn't Uptown St. John downtown St. John?
Yes. St. John famously doesn't have a downtown. It has an uptown.
That's weird to me.
It's
I
weird.
think they should just rename it downtown.
Nah.
What did the police say? I'm gonna have to take you uptown.
Yep.
And then Bruno Mars comes out and he's like, "Uptown, funk you up."
Yeah.
Uptown, funk you up.
That song
and then the cop starts hitting you.
Yeah, that's Bruno Mars wrote a song his song. It's the St. John anthem.
It's the St. John anthem. It's what they play when they lose games.
Yeah, it's true. Every time they lose games, which is a lot apparently. 100% of the games I saw. Every time
because the St. John's Riptide, they are a basketball team, and if they won games, they would sing "Uptown Dunk You Up."
Yes, they would. Yeah. I saw a couple of dunks, and it was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they're not like NBA, they're still tall.
They are still better than me at basketball, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
And the games are fun.
My town used to have a team. Then it moved to Charlottetown.
Oh, no.
I know.
Roasted. Wait.
Turns out Summerside PEI cannot support a low-level professional basketball team.
That's a shame because Cape Breton can.
Yeah.
So, Cape
Breton's sick.
Cape Breton is cool. Shout out to Cape Breton.
Yes. All right, Cape Breton, if you're listening, this one goes out to you.
This one goes out to Cape Breton. All right, that's, I think, all our Maritimes bullshit.
Speaking of islands.
Yeah, speaking of islands, the island of Cape Breton, the island of Prince Edward Island, the island of Montreal, where we have returned.
Where we are now.
And you know what else? There's a famous island upon which our friends crashed.
It is the Lost Island.
The Lost Island.
J.J. Abrams' little island in his mind.
The little island in his twisted little mind.
Wouldn't that be funny if that's how the pilot started? It was just J.J. Abrams sitting by the fire, and he said, "Let me take you to a little island in my mind."
And then he like opens his mouth and the camera just goes all the way in.
It goes in, and it goes through his tubes. And then it has to go to like the stomach, and then you enter like a blood vessel.
Yep.
You go to the heart, and the heart pumps you to the brain.
Yep.
And that's where all of the island occurs.
Yep. That's where then close up on Jack's opening eye. You're thinking, is this JJ's eye? No. We're just watching.
Unless your J's, the J's stand for Jack.
Jack.
Jackie Jack. What's
Jack
up?
Abrams.
What are you, a doctor?
He is a doctor, and
yes.
he's on the island.
He's on the island, and you know what? He is helping people. And let's get to it. Where do we even start?
Oh my God, where do we even start? I'll tell you where we start.
Season 1, Episode 9, Solitary.
Solitary. It's all about our boy Sayid. I want to clarify something.
Yeah.
At the end of last episode. I said this is the last Sayid episode.
It's not?
It's not. There's one more after this one.
Hell yeah.
We got more of him, the cool
guy. Do you
guy.
know what season the other Sayid episode is?
It is season 3 is the one we
Okay,
haven't
so
seen.
it'll still be like good.
It'll still be goodish, yeah.
Cool. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Welcome to Solitary, the episode with Sayid. Where do you want to start? Flashbacks, probably?
Flashbacks, yeah, flashbacks. Because this one there's sort of a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So this is back in Sayid's time with the Iraqi Republican Guard.
Back when his job was described as a torturer.
Yes, that is his job. So it's a fun one this week. It's just a light, easy, breezy one.
Yeah. Sayid is, we open on Sayid torturing.
Yes.
Just another day at the office.
Yep, just another work week, Mondays.
Mondays, am I right? Gotta torture this guy. And then my boss is like, Sayid, you gotta get your torture numbers up. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could torture you.
Boss makes $1, I make a dime.
I make a dime. Saddam Hussein never pays me on time. Well, he's dead.
Honestly, rest in piss.
Rest in piss, yeah. Yeah.
So
oh my God.
Out of the gate swinging.
Welcome to the new year.
Welcome to the new year. We're taking down everybody.
Yeah. Starting from the top.
Starting from the very top. First to get roasted. That's a damn fella. I can't believe how I said that. I said that like
a damn fella.
I really said that like a stereotypical American.
Yeah.
How I said that.
That's a damn fella.
Oh, he's up to no good.
That's why I never drive sedans, because I find it's too close to his name.
It is very close to his name, and every time I get in one, I say, "Is this the guy who died?"
Yeah, what is this, terrorism encompassed? Terrorism on wheels? Wow.
Oh boy. You gotta laugh sometimes.
You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh.
Oh my God.
Anyways, Sayid's working for the man. His immediate boss, not Saddam, but his just superior officer, is giving him congrats. He's like, hey, great job with all the torturing.
Good torturing today. And Sayid's like, he didn't know anything. And the guy was like, who cares?
Who cares? You're doing great, buddy.
Yeah.
You're having fun. That's what's important.
And then a lady walks by.
Yes, and Sayid looks at the lady and goes, oh my goodness, a lady.
A lady.
And goodness gracious, guess what? This lady is Sayid's next assignment.
Yep, gotta torture the lady now.
Gotta torture the lady, gotta get info out of the lady. So, Sayid walks into the room with the lady and says, hey, I'm gonna hurt you if you don't tell me what's up. And the lady's like, remember me? We were high school buddies.
Yeah.
It's me, Nadia.
You're frickin' idiot, Sayid.
I used to shove you in the mud, and Sayid's like, oh, I remember that. But I'm a hardened soldier now, you see?
And she's like, no, you're the little kid.
Yeah, you're good, Sayid. You're
a tiny little boy.
Yeah. It's a lot of flirting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, like subordinate
Mm-hmm.
torture man flirting.
Yes.
It's got a weird tension of death and
war,
violence to it.
Suffering.
Suffering.
Nadia kind of grills Sayid a lot and is like, check out all the places where they tortured me. They burned me here. They drilled me here. And these are your buddies. And this is who you're swearing allegiance to. Seems fucking like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Seems morally gray at best. And Sayid's like, listen.
Tell me what I want to hear, or I will torture you.
Yeah, Sayid's just kind of same old.
Yeah.
But
he's a real pro.
He's, one thing you got to say about Sayid, a professional.
He's good at his job.
A heck of a work ethic.
Totally. He doesn't get distracted.
No.
Or does he?
Well, you see, he starts to develop a rapport with Nadia.
He goes and sees her again and again.
Again and again.
Never see him torturing her.
No, we never see him torturing her. I think it's implied. There's one scene that kind of ends with like, I'm going to have to hurt you. And Nadia's just like, yeah, do your worst. And then just cut away.
Mm-hmm.
But she's bringing, he's like sneaking in snacks for her, bread, and being like, listen.
He's being a bud.
He's trying to be like, if you just help us identify these guys, if you help us give us any information, then maybe I can talk him into getting you your freedom. And Nadia's just like, look, buddy, like the writing's
I'm not working with these rats.
I'm not working with these rats. B, the writing's on the wall. I'm toast.
Yeah.
So.
I'm toast, my ghost.
And Sayid's like, no, there's got to be another way.
And
bad news.
Nadia's like, you frickin' frick. When will you learn?
That your actions have consequences.
Yeah. And then the boss man is like, yo, Sayid, kill the lady.
She doesn't have any info, and we got to send a message. So it's time to execute her, and you got to do it, or else I'm going to do it. And Sayid's like, you got to give me more time, because I love this lady. And the boss man's like, look. You're a professional. You want that promotion or not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We paid you to do a job, buddy, and you know what? Gonna have to deliver.
Yep. I mean, I was gonna say whomst amongst us, but I feel like this is a pretty exceptional job. I guess
it's unusual, yes, and I wouldn't personally sign up for a job like this.
No, I don't think so.
But I would
be
the actor who plays Sayid.
Yes.
If even then, that actually, I feel like in this climate, I can't be that.
No, I don't think that you can.
It would be like, why is this white redheaded dude from Prince Edward Island playing an Iraqi torture man?
Seems insensitive.
Yeah.
Seems like an insensitive casting choice.
Yeah, never mind. I take it all back.
Not to mention unbelievable.
Just on the base level, it doesn't work. Yeah, he's not even a good actor.
Bad at acting, not believable in the role, incredibly offensive casting decision. There's no good way to look at that casting decision.
No. I don't know what I would do if I got offered that job.
I think
I would morally I'd have to turn it down, but then otherwise it's like, well, I'll never get another opportunity like this again.
That's true.
The paycheck is gonna be pretty good.
They would have to pay you quite a sum.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting hypothetical.
It is an interesting hypothetical. What if,
But, they just went with the Brit instead.
Yeah, they went with the British, they had the British Indian man play the Iraqi torturer.
Yes.
He was actually nominated for this episode, I think, for an Emmy.
Really?
Yeah. Good for you, Naveen Andrews.
Good for you. Not nominated for the being a good person in the episode award, I'm sure.
No. They that's my favorite one. That's my favorite Emmy is kindest character. That they give out to the character who's the nicest.
He might get the award for person who tries to redeem himself.
Yeah, the redemption award. I
like the thought that they give one of those awards a year.
Yeah.
And that if you don't win the award, it means that your character did not try to redeem themselves. It goes down in history saying that despite the actions are irrelevant.
Yeah, it all comes down to the Emmys.
Did you win the award for a person who tries to redeem themselves?
Yeah. I would definitely watch an award show for fictional characters. I don't really care. I don't care about these Brad's Pitt.
No.
These George's Clooney.
They're just ordinary people like you and me.
That's just a regular
idiots.
man.
Yeah.
That's not a person playing a prank on me at all.
I want to watch Buzz Lightyear win an award.
Yeah.
Most stylish fall. And who else would he have to compete with?
That
It'd
is a
be Buzz
great question.
Lightyear. That's it.
That's all. There's nobody else has ever fallen in fiction because Buzz got it out.
Oh my God.
Buzz got it in one.
Unless you count falling in love.
Now that's a stylish fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is a stylish fall?
What?
When the leaves upon the tree turn a brisk orange.
Now that's a stylish fall.
That is a stylish fall.
But is it the most stylish fall? Find out at the Emmys.
You'll have to find out at the Emmys. We're gonna have to make
Which for some reason are now dealing with movie characters.
They're dealing with fictional movie characters. This is good, I think.
Everything about the Emmys is changing, and I am here for it.
And responsible for it. It seems like.
I designed it after I turned down my role as Sayid in Laws.
You decided, well,
because I didn't have the experience.
Of course. And now you decided, well, how should I spend my energy? It's
I'm the new Emmy.
Honestly, give it up for James. He's the new Emmy.
And I host it every year, and I go, "What's up, everybody? I'm your MEC, James Brown." And they laugh at that joke every single time.
The theater full of fictional characters laughs out loud.
And then me and every character that Tom Hanks has ever played hosts it together.
Captain Phillips is there.
Forrest Gump is there.
Woody is there. The Sully is there.
Sully is there.
How many
and
more Tom
more.
Hanks? And more. So many of them.
So see you on primetime television, everybody.
Honestly, tune in.
Turn on podcast that is TV.
Don't touch that television dial.
Don't touch the dial.
Because James is going to give you a host. But what happens before the Emmys, of course, it's the show Lost.
It's the show Lost, and Sayid is supposed to kill Nadia, and he is not happy about that.
He's not happy about it, so he decides, all right, hey guys.
He decides.
Hey. Hey, I don't. Hey, I like it.
Hey.
I'm easily amused. I have the attention span of a dog.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
No.
I have the attention span of a worm.
What's the attention span of a worm like? I feel like worms have great focus, if only because they only have one thing they can do, which is go.
Worms' entire existence is just looking out for the early bird. they say, is that him? Is that the bird, the early bird? Is that? And then you try and talk to them about other shit, but they're so goddamn preoccupied.
So you're incredibly focused,
yes,
but only in the mornings.
One thing, yeah.
You're worried about getting snatched in the morning.
Yeah.
That's your main priority.
You know what they say? They say the early bird gets the worm. They never mention, though, that it's the late worm that the early bird gets.
That's true.
The early worm is already back underground,
That's
worming.
True. The early worm gets to worm.
Gets to worm, squirming and worming. Honestly, let's go fishing. Okay. Back to Sayid.
Okay. So Sayid is going to free Nadia. She says, shoos away some guards and says, all right, there's a train. Go. I'll free you. Go. And Nadia's like, no, come with me. And Sayid's like, but they'll kill my family. They must. Which is, I think, the only explanation we ever get for why Sayid would have joined the Republican Guard, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not gonna, it may surprise you to know this, but I'm not really an expert on the Gulf War and its surrounding politics.
I'm not even, and I was legendarily asked to play Sayid. And then I had to say that in my rejection letter.
Yeah.
Is that I know nothing about this situation.
In addition to this as a poor casting choice,
yeah.
I am ill-informed of the Gulf
War. I was like,
War.
JJ, I am 12 years old. I am stupid. I am a little white boy from Canada, and I'm not an actor.
Well, I'm glad you turned it down.
Yeah.
Naveen, though.
Naveen turned it up.
Turned it up. He turns it all the way up.
On the weekend.
On the weekend. On a Tuesday as well.
And Nadia's like, come with me. And he's like, nah, they'll kill my family. And then Sayid's boss is like, hey, I'm going to walk in now.
Yeah, and it's so awkward.
He's taco.
Don't you hate when your boss is walking in on you when you're trying to free your captive that you've fallen in love with? Tuesdays. And so Sayid ends up killing the boss.
Yeah, he shoots him.
And then Nadia's like, well, now you gotta come with me. Great job, dingus. And Sayid says,
Dingus Malingus.
Says, hey, first of all, don't call me Dingus Malingus. Yeah. I just freed you. Second of all, here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna shoot myself in the leg. Bang! Owie! And guess what? You escaped. You shot the both of us. Get out of here, kiddo. And Nadia says,
come on, have fun. You're young. Live life. Live a little.
Live a little.
Give your whole life ahead of you.
Sayid's catchphrase, live a little.
Live a little. Come on, live a little.
And Nadia goes on, but not before giving Sayid a pic of her and writes some stuff on it.
She takes a selfie.
Takes a sweet selfie.
Says, what's your number? In that accent. What's your number?
And Sayid says, no. Just give me the
analog. He's old school. Sayid's old school. Live a little.
Live a little.
But she has a picture of herself.
As one does.
Yeah. Or it's the picture from like her file or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sayid had the picture already, and she takes the picture and writes on it.
Yeah.
Which is a really smooth move for someone escaping.
An army.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta write a goodbye message to the one you love.
Yeah.
It's
Sayid.
Sayid.
And that's the end of their flashbacks.
Yeah, it's a heck of a flashback.
It's cool.
Yeah, you learn a little bit about Sayid's life as a torture time, and it's like you get a little love story. Also, like the acting of Nadia in particular is very good.
It's good.
She's like very good at being like downtrodden and weary, and like I don't know. I don't often believe a lot of the acting on the show, but their relationship is like, oh damn.
I like it.
At least in this episode.
And then Sayid goes forward in time.
Yes.
To the island.
Sitting alone on a beach.
Sitting alone on a beach.
Staring at the pic of the one you love.
Then I see a rope.
And I go, well, what's that rope doing there?
And I pick up the rope and it goes to the ocean, and I look at the other end and it goes to the woods.
Goes to the woods. And while I'm finding this rope through the woods, I see. What do I see?
I see a little tripwire.
And I go, no, not today, Mr. Prankster.
So I go up over the tripwire really carefully, but then a different tripwire catches me.
And I find myself the victim of an island prank.
Rousseau has strung me up and shot my leg with wood.
I really like that this episode is a musical.
Yeah, it's a country western musical.
It's a country western musical. It lightens the levity of the incredibly torture-filled episode.
It was written and directed by Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Oh, man. I would say he should win an Emmy for that direction, but Emmys only go to fictional characters now.
Emmys, yeah, and Tom Hanks is real.
Tom Hanks is real.
It was written and directed by Forrest Gump in his country phase.
Thanks, Forrest.
Forrest, honestly, these days, I bet he's called Forrest Grump. Cranky old man.
He's a notoriously cranky Forrest Gump. Remember how the movie Forrest Gump is about a mean guy who is a jerk all the time?
He's sitting on a park bench and he's like, "Wait, what's up, chocolates? Why is everyone trying to take my chocolates all the time?"
My mom said life is like chocolates. I gotta eat them all before anybody else does.
Yeah, fuck you.
Forrest Gump's famous motto, fuck you, got mine.
But then when so he sung his song,
yes.
And then so Sayid finds himself alone, hanging upside down. He just got caught in a booby trap.
He got caught in a booby trap. He's got a branch in his leg. Yanks the branch out, passes out from the shock. And when he wakes up, he hears some muttering in every language. Someone saying, "Ooh, Alex, donda esta Alex."
Where's Alex?
Where's Alex? You know, in a bunch of different languages. And Sayid's like disoriented and like, I don't know what the heck is an Alex. And then turns out Sayid is tied to a table.
Yeah.
And has electroshock things on him.
Oh yeah, he's getting shocked.
He's getting zapped. He's getting slapped. Zapped and slapped, dude.
Zapped and slapped and frap turn up on the weekend. And it's Rousseau.
It's Rousseau.
She thinks that Sayid is one of the others.
Yes.
Which he's not.
This is a very
we know this.
Pivotal episode because this is the first appearance of Rousseau, and this is the first time the others are mentioned. And the origin of that is, you know, is basically Sayid is like, no, I'm from a plane crash. And Rousseau's like, no, you're not. You're one of them. You're you and the others. And Sayid's just like, these others, I've never seen anybody else on this island. You're telling me there's other people on the island?
It's lit.
It's lit. Most of the main plot of the episode is just like Sayid tortured, Rousseau kind of like being very like hesitant and being like slowly explaining herself and being like, I've been here for 16 years. I've killed my team, and boy, oh boy.
It takes a long time, I guess, to get, but it's good and it's interesting, but it is a long time to sort of establish a bunch of information that we already know.
Exactly. It's a lot of stuff that we already know and seen, so I don't think there's really much sense in repeating it. Instead, I kind of want to highlight how, like, once again, I just kind of want to mention that both the actors in the scene are really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Because a lot of it,
we don't get to see Rousseau, like, featured prominently in an episode or just like really interact with a single person for a long time.
She usually just kind of comes through like for a second and is like, hey guys, I'm here to say I'm here to say look out for the others. And everybody's like, the others,
I'm the crazy lady in the woods.
Yeah, and she's just kind of like, whoa, I'm weird, oh. In this episode she's kind of like on one acting wise. She always has like a face that like seems like it's on the verge of tears.
Yeah, it's cool.
And does a lot of like a lot of very expressive stuff with the face, which is good because a lot of the episode is zoomed in on both of these faces because they're
it's a face episode.
It's kind of like it's a torture episode and it's a face episode, a face episode, and it's good. I like it. It's also like classic season 1 of being like, hey, we can actually just be tight.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, since it's a good instance of like it becomes there's like a lot of weird layers and you're finding out about Rousseau and stuff.
Yeah, but
ultimately it's like two people in a very strange situation. and how do they act as like regular human beings.
Exactly.
And there's not really the supernatural, and we're not being driven towards somewhere ridiculous. It's like everyone's actions are very instinctual and understandable.
It is very much just like these two people kind of bumping into each other for the first time, and it's fascinating to watch.
It's cool.
It's good TV, folks.
Then what happens? Sayid fixes a box.
Yeah, Sayid is basically like like being tormented and is like, listen. And they're kind of like, the torment dies down and they're kind of chatting with each other. And Sayid's like, well, this is ironic for me because I used to be a torturer. Here's some flashback for you. And Rousseau's like, oh yeah, I'm like, well, I've been here for 15 years. Had to kill my whole team. Everybody's been tormented by these mysterious others. So they're chatting, they're getting to know each other, as you do. And Sayid says like, hey, you got a music box over there, I see. Rousseau says, guess what? That music box was a great comfort to me in the first couple of years because it was given to me by my lover. But then it broke, and I've been nutso ever since. And Sayid says, well, listen, if you free my hands, I'll fix it for you. And Rousseau says, oh my gosh, you do that for me? After all I've done to you? And
I was really mean to you, Sayid.
I was very mean to you. I accused you of tormenting me for 16 years. Rousseau ends up sedating Sayid, freeing him, but tying him to a chair and freeing his hands so he can fix the box. He fixes the box. Rousseau says, "Oh my gosh, thank you." But then, rumble, 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 something's outside. Rousseau goes to check on it, and is like, "If we're lucky, it's a bear." And Sayid says, "No, but it might be the monster." Rousseau says, "There's no such thing as monsters,"
which isn't true.
We
There is a monster.
We know for a fact that there's a monster on the island. There's such thing as monsters.
Yeah.
Sayid manages to escape, brings a gun with him, and they ends up finding Rousseau having a standoff, gun to gun, gun versus gun. I also want to mention Rousseau's bunker is sick. Why don't we see that setting anymore?
Yeah, it is really cool.
It's a cool little underground torture zone. Why aren't there more places like that?
Yeah.
Why don't we see more of that?
And it's really scrappy, unlike everyone else is hanging out in like Dharma places that are just Rousseau's is the only one that feels like someone who is like surviving on an island.
It really does have that vibe to it. And it's good. That's a great setting for the episode. Rousseau pointing a gun at Sayid pointing a gun at Rousseau. They say, "You gotta let me go." And Sayid ends up pulling the trigger. But guess what? The firing pin was removed. Rousseau says, "That's how I killed Michael too, or whatever his name
Johnny.
was. That's how I killed Johnny." Sayid says, Johnny was your lover. What are you talking about? You killed him? And he says, "They were all sick. And you know what possessed them? It's the others." And Sayid's like, "Oh my gosh, you know what? It's almost like you've been alone for too long. It's almost like this episode is called Solitary." And Rousseau says, and basically Rousseau's like, "I can't let you go. Having company is so nice.
It's lit, dude.
I'm having a friend.
Yeah.
I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I can't let you go." And Sayid's like, "Look, you're right. That company's sick. But let me go, and guess what? I can take you to my friends. We can help you out. How would you like that?" And Rousseau's like, "No, I can't. I'm not ready for people. What'll they say?"
Just you, bud.
And
it's you or nothing.
It's Sayid or nothing for Rousseau. And Rousseau gives a final warning of, "Hey, keep an eye on your close friends. They'll start to change, and you won't even notice." And that's that. We also get a final scene of Sayid kind of stumbling through the jungle, and then suddenly Sayid starts to hear whispers.
Oh, the voices.
And it's like, lost. Sayid, earlier in the episode, Rousseau's like basically like talking about the others and is like, "Hey, I'm being tormented by the others." And Sayid's like, "I don't believe that because there's nobody else here. You're telling me you've seen people?" And Rousseau's like, "No, but I hear them. I hear them in their whispers." And Sayid's like, "Oh, brother.
Oh, crazy lady.
Living in the jungle too long.
Another old crazy lady in the middle of the woods."
But then when he hears the whispers, he goes, "We're not alone. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Now I'm the crazy lady.
Now I'm once again, it's kind of like Sayid and Rousseau are not. They're very different people, but in a lot of ways, they're the same.
They're the same person.
They torture.
Uh-huh.
They're alone.
Uh-huh.
I also forget why. Oh, I know why Sayid's alone in the first place.
Why?
Because he did a torture on Sawyer.
Oh, yeah, he tortured Sawyer.
They kind of mention it a bit in this episode. And he tortured Sawyer, and he just kind of was like, I promised myself I'd never, ever do that again, so I'm going to go for a walk and do a big think about it, I guess.
And then he got captured.
Then he got...
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen on this wacky island.
Yeah.
There's a very good subplot in this episode, too.
It's really, really good.
It's really good.
Hurley is bored.
Hurley's bored. Jack is trying to treat a nervous man with a rash.
Nervous nerd man.
There's a nervous nerd man who we never see again. He's here, and he's like, I got a rash. Uh-oh. And Jack's like, it's, you know what? Looks fine to me. And Hurley's, while he's doing this, Hurley's like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going nutso on this island.
We need something to do,
Jack. And Jack's like, I'm trying to keep us alive. Could you please just...
And Hurley's like, but it's boring out here. We're all not having fun, okay?
Nobody's having fun. And they're kind of sorting through some luggage. Hurley finds some stuff. There's a really good scene where Hurley steals a pole from Michael.
Michael's playing with a pole.
He's playing with a pole. He's trying to like build together like an aqueduct or something. And Hurley's just like, hey, can I borrow this? Thanks. And he just takes it. And Jack's like, what are you up to, Hurley? You seem like you're up to something. And Hurley just laughs and leaves.
Forget about
it, he says. And guess what he's up to? He's up to building a golf course.
Yeah, it's cool.
He takes everybody out and is like, guess what? 2 holes. And at first everyone's like, this is a waste of time, Hurley. What are you doing? And Hurley makes his case, which is we don't have anything to do and we're going to go nuts if we just sit around waiting for the next bad thing to happen. So I made a fun thing so that we could have fun. And very quickly, everyone's like, you know what? You're right. Let's have fun. Yes. And then the rest of this plot is just everybody golfing and having fun.
Golf. It starts off, it's Hurley, Michael, Charlie, and Jack.
Yes.
And they're playing golf. And then slowly more and more people start to watch them.
Yeah, the nervous rash man arrives and is like...
Oh, yeah.
He's like, wait, you got to fix my rash, Jack. And then he finds that they're golfing. He's like, well, I want to play too now.
And he doesn't play, but he watches them play.
And
then there's an audience, and then it's getting to the end, and Jack has to make this putt to win. Everyone is there now.
Everyone is there. Hurley and Charlie do a funny dance at one point to taunt them.
It's a really funny dance.
It's a funny dance. I recommend this dance to anybody. So it's this final putt. People start making bets. People start throwing bets around. Actually, before this scene, there's another scene I want to mention.
Let's hear the scene.
Which is basically Boone comes through and is like, hey, you guys, did they hear they're playing golf? Everybody, golf time.
They're playing golf over there. The doctor's playing golf.
And Kate's like, whoa, Jack's playing golf? Jack doesn't allow him to have fun at all. This is wacky. I gotta see this. And so Kate walks up and is like on his way to there. And like walks past a piece of debris where just Sawyer's just leaning on. Sawyer's just leaning on a piece of debris and then immediately says, doctor playing golf, huh? What's next? Cop eating a donut.
Sawyer.
Roasted.
Why you gotta make fun of everyone?
Sawyer doesn't like to have fun.
He hates having fun. And this is a real, like, Sawyer is an outcast now for, I don't remember what he did, but he did something. He did something that
merited getting tortured for. So
he got tortured. No one likes Sawyer right now. He isn't as charming as he thinks he is.
No. He does a funny joke and everyone's like, can you just like fuck off?
Yeah. Get out of here, outcast.
Get out of here. Anyways, people are making bets on this final putt. And everyone's like, I got $5 says he whiffs it. I bet my boar meat that he does it. Sawyer comes up and says, well, I bet some sunscreen that he doesn't do it.
And everyone's like, oh, we're a big family again.
Golf heals all wounds.
And we never find out if he makes the putt or not.
No, they leave that for next time.
It's Schrodinger's putt.
Oh my God, what happens?
Until we open up the putt, he both made it and didn't make it.
It would be really funny if the finale addressed only one question, and that is whether or not
putt.
Jack made the putt.
If he made the putt or not. Oh.
But we'll never know. These are the many unanswered questions that we have.
This is the one that I care about.
This is the one that I care about. And honestly, I hope we can find some answers to this question on Lostpedia.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's your turn to give her this week.
Give me 1 second while I get the questions.
You got to get the questions.
I got the questions.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right, here we are on Lostpedia Questions and Answers.
Yes.
For Season 1, Episode 9, Solitary. So, what does the cable connect to?
Oh, we know this one. It has to do with the friggin' station underground, doesn't it? The station where the Charlie goes to take
the Looking Glass.
Take a sweet dip.
And also it connects to the Dharma Communications Hub, the Flame.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Here's actually a good question. Well, I don't know if it's good or not. What was the nature of the French team's expedition?
Do we know? I want to say maybe they were. I was gonna say they were following that signal, but no, Rousseau left that signal.
It's not a good question, actually. I'm realizing it's cool, but it says they were studying time, and that is taken from the Lostpedia interview with David Fury. So
okay.
I guess it seems like that was probably written in retrospect.
Sure, I believe that.
I guess never written in.
Yes, casually mentioned one time by one of the guys, by Hughes or Lindelof.
Why was the French team armed with rifles?
Why safety? Why not?
Their possession of guns appears to have been trivial, so likely generic reasons such as hunting, security, or recreation.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you ask that question if you don't have an answer?
That's better than ambiguous because it's just like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Why
Probably this. I don't know.
Probably just hunting, I guess.
What is the Black Rock?
I was gonna say spaceship. It's not a pirate ship. It's a slaver ship that was lodged in the jungle.
It is. Are the others real?
Oh, baby, are they ever?
Yeah. How long have the others been on the island?
Since fucking Ricky made a deal with Jacob, baby.
Yeah. It just says the earliest known other is Richard, who's there since 1867.
Damn.
To celebrate, I guess. He got really fucked up on the first Canada Day. He woke up on the island.
Yeah, Ricky, also a father of Confederation.
Yeah, Ricky is actually from fucking Kentville, Ontario.
What a pull.
What is in the papers Sayid stole from Danielle?
He stole papers? Oh, he steals like a map or something. And then we see them like looking at it sometimes.
There's a map, and also lyrics to the song La Mer.
Yes.
All right. And 2 more.
Okay.
What happened to Danielle's child, Alex?
Stolen by one little rascal named Teen Ben.
Yeah.
We saw that happen last episode.
And finally, is Nadia still alive somewhere?
Yes, in fact. Though she will die. Because Sayid is not allowed to live happily.
She's in California.
Living in Cali. Living that Cali lifestyle. Before we do our typical wrap-up, there's one thing in the episode that I forgot to mention, which is Michael being a very neglectful dad.
Oh, yeah, this is worth mentioning.
Michael is kind of just like Walt is also bored because he's a kid. And Michael's like, come on, you got to make your own fun, buddy. Later, Michael is involved in the, golf.
Later, someone makes fun for Michael.
Someone makes fun for Michael. Michael is playing golf.
He forgets his child.
Walt comes up and says, hey, you forgot me at the caves. And Walt's like, oh, what? What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you, buddy. But listen, it's also my shot right now.
It's my turn.
It's my turn. So he goes to...
Later.
He goes, later. And Walt's like, all right, I'm going to go hang out with Mr. Locke now.
And Locke is just throwing a knife at a tree where it is dark. It's a bright day everywhere else.
It's a bright day, sunny day on the green, and then cut to Locke in the darkness, throwing a knife into a tree alone.
It's really dark.
It's really dark, and then he's like, oh, Walt's here. And that's the start of Locke and Walt hanging out and throwing knives.
Yeah, it's cool.
Why does Locke love to throw a knife so much?
I have no idea. I like it a lot.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah. I love the idea that he just, like, he's supposed to be like a cool guy who's, like, in tune with the island.
Uh-huh.
He's a weirdo.
He's just the knife throwing man.
He's just a guy with too many knives.
He's the guy who took a ninja star to school in the 8th grade.
He has opinions about knives.
Yeah.
He knows the right knife for the occasion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's a guy you want on your team.
Yeah.
But it's not a guy you want to hang out with.
No, especially I get why Michael doesn't want his child hanging out with Locke.
With the man whose main hobby is knife throwing.
The guy who throws knives.
Yeah, not great. Anyways, that's the episode for
show.
real. Good show. Good episode.
Great episode.
Fantastic episode. One of the best. But listen, there's even more episodes where that came from, and where that came from is Lost, the show.
And where that episode came from is random.org.
Yes.
So let's go right there and see what episode we're going to watch next, because we watched them in a random
We do it whatever.
order.
We were random. We're just so random, dude.
Just so random. So I did 1 to 60.
Okay.
And generate. I got 44.
44. My. Okay. 44. About halfway through season 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, season 5, episode 7 is what I mean. It's the life and death of Jeremy Bentham. And it's a Locke episode.
Weird. Okay.
So, I
guess we'll find out who the hell Jeremy Bentham is.
We sure will. That's not going to be our last Locke episode, is it? Let me confirm.
Lock him up.
Lock him up. No, there's still plenty more Locke episodes, I believe. Yeah, we got a lot.
Cool. Season 5?
Season 5. We're going
time travel.
Time travel time, baby. I love it. So that is the episode. Let's do the old wrap-up-y.
Hell yeah.
I've been Bean.
I've been James.
You can follow me on twitter.com @BarrierTrio.
You can follow me at James Brown.
Yes.
Or at James Brown on Space, which I have not updated in a long time. Maybe I'll do that.
It's worth updating because you got a lot of things on the go. You got Squad Laughs. You've got
other stuff.
You got another podcast called Lovable Favorites. That's good. A new thing with me is I've been helping do the music for a comic of a friend of mine. If you go to bigcitymech.com, Big City Mech, it's a cute little comic drawn by Mike Melanson, who did our album art, our podcast art.
He made us look so good.
He made us look so handsome and fine, and he's drawing a comic about a cute robot who's doing his best, and it's good. And
it's like futuristic sci-fi. It's like family fun.
Yeah.
It's like feel good.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's good.
It's cool.
It's good. Check that out. Also check it out because I helped out with the music of it as well.
Yeah.
So that's Mike. Oh yeah, and Stuart Buckley also co-writes and helps with the music also. So
Mike and Stu
at it again. You know those fellas. They're always up to something. So that's my goings on. You can follow the show on Facebook.com/The Island Shuffle or Twitter @IslandShuffle. And we are hosted at Noisepace.xyz, which is a network full of podcasts. A lot of good podcasts. Check it out, Jurgen it. There's also a new Giants Confirmed episode as well. Check out Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. There's My Pod Cabbages. There's a bunch of podcasts on there.
City Girls Make Do?
Yes, that's a great podcast about Sex in the City. Yeah, that's, I think, the whole deal, isn't it?
That's it.
That's it. That's all she wrote. Yeah.
New season, new reason.
New season, new reason. We bless all seasons.
Bless this mess, everybody.